Welcome to Failing Forward, the podcast that gives you an exclusive look at what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur and unveils all the failures that happen along the way. Hi, I'm your host, Bethany Fiocchi-Root, a seasoned marketer with over 17 years of experience crafting powerful digital marketing programs. Ready to get the inside scoop you crave but hardly ever get? I know I am. Let's get started. I've been keeping a huge secret, and I think it's time to reveal it. For as long as I can remember, I've always had an entrepreneurial spark. The idea of building something from the ground up, of being in control of my own time, that's always excited me. But for years, I ignored it, and I stayed in the comfortable confines of my corporate career. About a year ago, as I turned 39, a sense of urgency crept in. I realized that time was sort of slipping away, and I was growing increasingly unfulfilled in my corporate job. I wanted more creativity, more impact, and most of all, I wanted more flexibility. The question continued to linger in my head. Was I truly living the life I wanted? So after a couple of margaritas and some soul searching, I determined that the answer was a resounding no. While I was thankful for everything my corporate career path had given me, it was time to make a change. And it was around this time that my dad, a man who had put himself through college and forged his own path to be a successful corporate controller, said one sentence that would change my trajectory. In a conversation where I was telling him that I was thinking of starting my own business, he simply said, "You have the balls I never did. You should do it." His words resonated deeply. He had always done taxes as a side business, but I never knew he wanted to do it full time. He had been the breadwinner in the family and had made the decision to continue his corporate career to provide the family with stability. I realized at that moment that I had the privilege of having a husband with a lucrative career of his own. And maybe this was my time to make a move. Maybe it was time to honor the sacrifices of those who had come before me in my family and take this leap. And so I did, sort of. But as with everything else in my life, I did it in my own way. For my own sanity, I needed to first build the foundation of my business before deciding to take that big quit corporate leap. So I started Ocean View Marketing in early 2024. I did it to combine my love for goal-oriented marketing with that entrepreneurial spirit. And those first 6 months were not easy. I was doing 2 jobs, plus being a mom to 2 young kids. Oh, and did I mention that we bought a house and sold our old one through all of this too? Oh my goodness, all the things at once. But with every single action I took, I got more clarity and I grew more determined that this was the right move. So I set a quit date in my head. And it was the worst kept secret ever. If you've talked to me anytime in the last 2 months, I probably told you about it. That quit date was January 6th. Then, this past Monday, life threw me the most amazing and unexpected curveball I could imagine. I got the "we need to meet in 20 minutes to discuss your role" meeting invitation in my corporate job. Now, anyone in corporate knows exactly what that means, and this time was no different. It happened. I got laid off. I was probably the only one on that call with a huge grin on my face, thinking how insanely lucky I was to get that generous severance package and a boot out the door. Now, it's obviously a roller coaster of emotions to get laid off, but I am beyond thrilled with how this is all unfolding for me. One of the most valuable lessons the last 10 months have taught me is that action brings clarity. Often we overthink and we procrastinate and we're paralyzed by the fear of the unknown. But the truth is, The only way to truly know what you're capable of is to take action. So, if you're considering making a huge change to follow a dream, I'm here to encourage you to do the damn thing. Embrace the uncertainty, embrace the challenges, and know that there is the gift of clarity on the other side of that big leap. And maybe some unexpected surprises too. Your future self will thank you. As I step into this next exciting stage of life and business, I'd like to invite you to join me on my journey. Follow this podcast, Failing Forward, for updates and, of course, important business tips, as well as some super exciting guest episodes that I have coming up. I can't wait for what's in store for us, and I'm so here for this journey.